How you doing? I'm Dr. Paul Dyer. Welcome to Dr. Paul Dyer Live with the Glitter Dragon Defense Live. You can always reach me at the 3dsystem.booksy.net. There's things I want to talk about today that's come up in this week, and I didn't get to you on Monday for this live preview. Holidays are here, or what most people celebrate as a holiday, and some of those days become quite stressful for people. And the reason why they become stressful is because we have an emotional content to what holidays is. It can create depression. It can create thoughts of suicide. It can create, I give up. And that's not what most holidays are supposed to be emphasizing, is to give up. So how do we work on ourselves for us not to give up or to give into the mental practice of sadness? Now, sadness comes in many forms, but depression comes in one form. When we're talking about the emotional intelligence of the practice, we talk about dopamine, serotonin, and neurotransmitters. These chemical responses that we have in our bodies regulates and dictates how we feel about ourselves. So dopamine, we know people get dopamine that's becomes an addicted. We know that neurotransmitters are developed through our emotional growth. But what are we reflecting on when we're talking about emotional intelligence, and when we're talking about how do we deal with our emotions, and how do we develop the emotions we want to have? And specifically in these holidays, it becomes contentious with ourselves. How can we be happy, which is the ultimate goal, is to be happy, right? But we're not happy if we're trying to falsify our emotions for someone else. Let's say be true to who you are, but if you don't know who you are, how can you be true? So when I teach in my class, when I teach the breathing technique and the relaxation breathing technique, we talked about other breathing techniques before, it was compression breath. But this breathing technique is relaxation breathing technique of clearing out that vagus nerve, that one that's in our second stomach. We got to clear that out so we can understand that the emotions that we're having comes from ourselves and not from someone else. Okay, so after we do that practice, and you can check on those other practices before, I'm not going to go over that, because I'm talking about these holidays are coming, and it's coming rapidly. And then we have the shooting that we happened in Texas. We have, the Vegas shooting. We have these killings. It seems like I've heard it said yesterday, it seems like killings are happening more often as holidays become that much closer. That's not recognizing it because you're more sensitive to it. And your sensitivity is driving your fear, it's driving your brain, it is cutting off your prefrontal cortex, so you're not thinking, you are reacting. When we are, and it's not control, we're not talking about controlling your emotions, we're talking about understanding your emotions. Allow your emotions to be what they are, but understand where they come from and how they were formed. Family, friends, loved ones, people you care about. If you are questioning their love for you, then what is your question, your love for yourself? And if that question is not answered, has a difficult being answered, go get the help you need to help you figure that out. But don't project your sadness into a situation that has nothing to do with your emotions. It intertwines us often with actions and emotions and feelings. But what are we in it? So how can we be better in this action state of life if we don't know who we are? I want you to develop a peaceful practice so you know who you are. Because those things are going to come. The sadness are going to come. Death will come. Families arguing is going to come. But it may have nothing to do with who you are. It could be their own personal difficulties they're going through. And as we're a family, we're here to help each other, but they have to reach out. They have to reach out to who we can. But we can only do so much. Don't overdo. And I think if you overdo, then you're stepping outside of yourself and you're trying to react to who they are. Don't react to who they are. They're going to be what they are. I want you to take this time to practice your living art of living, not surviving. Be kind to yourself, love yourself, be peaceful to yourself. Work on that breathing, understanding your emotions and where they come from. Develop a practice to know who you are, what you are, when you are. And no one can ever take you outside of yourself. We love our family. Real family will be real. That's real talk. Love will be love. Always. Love is never taken away. So work on that. Believe in that. I believe in that, and I know most of you people do too. So until we meet again, namaste.